loves, it's Hailey Reese, and for today's video, I hope that you're prepared to have your mind blown just as much as mine was when I heard about these Mandela effects. For those of you who might not know what the Mandela effect is, it's basically a bunch of people have come to realize that certain things that they remember from the past that have happened may have never happened at all, or may have happened completely different than they even thought. It all started when Nelson Mandela passed away, and a bunch of people had remembered him passing away in prison when in fact that had never happened at all. Once people realized this, there were so many strange occurrences that kept happening where large groups of people remembered things specifically a certain way. One of the biggest ones that I'm sure you might have heard of was the Berenstain Bears, which is how we all remember it, becoming the Berenstain Bears, which is how very, very, very few of us, if any, remember it. But it's in fact what it's always been. Ever since I heard about the Mandela effect, I've been so excited to make a video about it for you guys and share some of my favorites and some of the ones that have blown my mind completely. So if you love Mandela effects just as much as me, or if you're curious to hear what I've got going on, then let's get into this video. The first one will be one that Star Wars fans will appreciate, and it's absolutely crazy. We all know the iconic line, whether you're a huge fan or not, "Luke, I am your father." But what if I were to tell you that that line never existed? What if I were to tell you that he in fact told Luke, "No, I am your father"? I wouldn't believe it if I didn't go back and look, because we all know that classic line. But do we? This next one is for all of you Pokemon fans out there, or even people who remember that little guy Pikachu. I was never a huge Pokemon fan personally growing up. However, my cousin and I used to be babysat by my grandma, and he was a huge fan. So he would force me to play with him, which was totally fine. And I would, of course, being just an amateur, always choose Pikachu because why not? And I remember him, along with many other people, having black on his tail. But looking back now, he never had black on his tail. Never. Take a look at these two pictures side by side and tell me which Pikachu you remember, because I certainly don't remember the one with the all yellow tail, that's for sure. While we're on the topics of characters that are completely different than you remember them, this one I do know 10,000% is a Mandela effect in my opinion. Honestly guys, I don't know if you guys have watched Dora the Explorer, but if you have, you would remember Benny the Bull. And try to think of some things that maybe Benny had that would make him stand out. When I think of Benny, I remember a gold nose ring. But apparently, he never had it. Like, what? This one blows my mind, guys, because I had a younger sister who watched Dora the Explorer, and I know, I can see it in my head right now, Benny the Bull, in fact, did have a gold nose ring. And I'm not the only one who remembers this. But look at it here. Did he really? We're gonna move on to two of your favorite Christmas classics. One is a poem and one is a song. Let's start with the poem. I'm sure you guys all know the poem, "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse." How does that end? I remember it ending, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." But what if I told you it actually ends with, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night"? I don't even believe that one. I had to search the lyrics like 5 times over on 5 different sites, and I'm like, this isn't real. Happy Christmas to all? That doesn't even sound right. Like, I don't remember any Christmas carol or any Christmas poem saying Happy Christmas to all. What do you guys remember? Now this one's the Christmas song. I'm gonna sing a line for you and leave a blank open. Whatever you get in your head is obviously what you remember, and then I'm gonna tell you what it actually is. On the first day of Christmas, my true love to me. Did you think gave? Because I sure did. But actually, guys, apparently it's always been my true love sent to me. No, I don't think so. But apparently I've been wrong about a lot of these things. Now this one's funny. My cousin actually has a tattoo on her arm that says, "We're all mad here," which is actually from Alice in Wonderland, and the Cheshire Cat says it. But looking back on the movie, he never said we're all mad here. In fact, what he actually said was, most everyone is mad here. So why is it that so many of us remember we're all mad here? And many people, like my cousin, even got it tattooed. But it never was said, and it never existed. So I think we all remember The Wizard of Oz. I know it was one of my favorite movies growing up. I wanted those ruby slippers so badly. But do you guys remember the Scarecrow having a gun? Because I certainly don't. But take a look here. Apparently all along he had a gun. Who even gave him the gun? And why don't I remember him ever having a gun? That doesn't even make sense. While we're on the topic of The Wizard of Oz, I also remember, and not just me, many people, actually The Simpsons in season 5 quoted it word for word what we remember, but never actually happened. When they're in the castle and the witch is sending out her flying monkeys, she says, or so we thought, "Fly, my pretties, fly!" But she never said that. In fact, she just said, "Fly, fly." So why would The Simpsons quote "Fly, my pretties, fly" along with many other TV shows and movies and many people when that was simply never said? That is so weird to me. This one has to do with a brand, and I'm sure you've actually probably heard this one before if you've searched Mandela effects, but it blows my mind, so I'm incorporating it. Kit Kat chocolate. I remember it being Kit-Kat chocolate. But apparently it's always just been Kit Kat. I don't know. How do you guys remember it? Because maybe I'm crazy on this one, but apparently a bunch of other people remember it having the dash too, and I can almost bet that's what it was when I was growing up. You guys remember our little friend Mr. Rogers? Because I remember Mr. Rogers growing up, and he sang this song about the neighborhood, and I thought it was "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood." But apparently what he actually said was "It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood," which to me doesn't even make sense. I don't even know why that would have been the song, the quote, whatever. But apparently it was. That one almost gets me just as much as Oscar Mayer Wiener, because I personally remember it being spelled Oscar Mayer, when in reality it was spelled Oscar Mayer. But anyways, that one's just, I don't know. And the one that I'm going to conclude on is the one that blows my damn mind. And I am sure out of any of these that this is the one that happened the way we remember it. And this has to do with Snow White, when the evil queen is looking into the mirror and she says what we all remember, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" But apparently what she said all along was completely different. Apparently, she really said, "Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?" I'm just gonna leave it on that, guys, because that speaks for itself. I know that if you watch Snow White, you remember, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" Well guys, those are all of the Mandela effects I'm going to cover in this video, but if you guys want to see more, comment down below that you want to see some more from me, because I will do some heavy private eye investigating to find some that you guys have yet to hear. Let me know if any of those resonated with you guys and if you remember them any which particular way, because I'm pretty sure that all of these happened a completely different way than they are now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it if you do. I make a minimum of 2 videos a week, so you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay notified on when I upload. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, love you.